The way these sectors all depend on each other basically highlights the ripple effect of malware on critical infrastructure. Hey everyone, welcome back. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about malware and its big impact on critical infrastructure. Now, critical infrastructure plays a pretty big role in maintaining the functions of our societies. These essential systems include everything from energy grids and transportation networks to water supplies and healthcare facilities. However, with the rapid advancements of our digital world, critical infrastructure has become more susceptible to threats from malicious software, or malware for short. And so in this video, we'll be exploring the impact of malware on critical infrastructure and its potentially devastating consequences. Now, before we get started, it's important to note that the best and most efficient way to protect yourself from the effects of malware is to get yourself a reliable antivirus. That's why I linked some in-depth reviews on antiviruses that I personally recommend in the description down below, along with some discounts. So make sure to check those out. Okay, so malware is basically a catch-all term for malicious software designed to infiltrate computer systems, damage, disrupt, or steal data. This includes viruses, worms, Trojans, ransomware, and other forms of malicious code. That's why it's important to understand how malware can infiltrate and disrupt critical infrastructure systems. But first, let's take a look at some key examples of critical infrastructure and their significance. Now, critical infrastructure is divided into sectors, which include energy, transportation, water supply, healthcare, and communication. These sectors are the core of modern society, and any disruption in their operations can have severe consequences. The energy sector is a prime example. Power grids supply electricity to homes, businesses, and industries, providing essential functions like lighting, heating, and cooling. Transportation systems include roads, bridges, and railways that allow the movement of goods and people. Water supply systems deliver clean and safe drinking water to communities, while healthcare facilities depend on advanced technology and communication networks to provide care and save lives. You also have the communication sector, which includes the internet that enables information exchange, which is vital for emergency services, business operations, and social connectivity. Okay, so before we move on to the impact of malware on critical infrastructure, let's take a quick break to talk about today's sponsor, Surfshark One. Surfshark One is a bundle that includes almost all of your cybersecurity needs, from a reputable antivirus to even an ad blocker. While there isn't one tool that can completely guarantee your privacy, having all them together in one neat package can greatly enhance your cybersecurity. And that's why Surfshark is offering 5 products in one package. So why pay for them individually when you could get them in one simple, neatly packaged bouquet? This package includes the award-winning Surfshark VPN, which allows unlimited devices, data speed, and protection. The Surfshark antivirus that secures everything on your devices from your webcam to your files. The Surfshark private search engine, which allows you to browse ad-free without any digital footprint. Instant data leak notifications with Surfshark Alert. And Surfshark Alternative ID, which can generate a whole new online identity and proxy email for you. The best part about this is that this bundle comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and all these apps work on all major platforms like Windows, macOS, and Android. So if you'd like to check them out, I'll be leaving the bundle link at the top of the description down below. Big thanks to Surfshark for being today's sponsor, and let's get back to the video. Now that we've talked about the importance of critical infrastructure, let's dive into the impact of malware on such a critical element of our everyday lives. So malware's impact on critical infrastructure can be catastrophic. For example, one of the most common and dangerous forms of malware is ransomware. Ransomware encrypts a victim's data, making it inaccessible until a ransom is paid to the attackers. In recent years, there have been numerous critical infrastructure organizations that have fallen victim to ransomware attacks. These attacks have led to extended periods of downtime, causing significant disruptions in energy, transportation, and healthcare services. As an example, let's assume a ransomware attack disrupted the transportation sector. As a result, this attack could halt the delivery of fuel to power plants, which would lead to electricity shortages and blackouts. The way these sectors all depend on each other basically highlights the ripple effect of malware on critical infrastructure. And to add to that, healthcare facilities are not immune to the impact of malware. Hospitals and healthcare systems rely on electronic health records and communication networks to provide patient care. In the event of a malware attack, these systems can be compromised, leading to patient data breaches, disrupted healthcare services, and potential risk to patient safety. Malware can also exploit vulnerabilities in industrial control systems, or ICS for short, within critical infrastructure. ICS is responsible for managing and controlling physical processes in sectors like energy and water supply. An attack on these systems can have devastating consequences. For example, a malware attack on a water treatment plant's ICS would result in contaminated water supplies, which leads to a lot of health risks to the population. It's not just the immediate impact of malware that is concerning, but also the potential of prolonged damage. Once malware infiltrates critical infrastructure, it can establish a foothold and continue to operate secretly. This makes it quite challenging for organizations to detect and deal with such a threat. And so it's important to have effective cybersecurity measures in place to prevent such incidents. As for the communication sector, it's a primary target for malware attacks due to its reach and the large amount of sensitive data it handles. Cyber attacks on communication networks can lead to the disruption of emergency services, the spread of disinformation, and the compromise of personal data, which would have severe consequences for public safety and social stability. What's even worse is that there's a potential for nation-state actors and cybercriminal organizations to carry out these attacks. State-sponsored attacks can be highly sophisticated and well-funded, making them very challenging to defend against. In some cases, cybercriminals may demand a ransom, while nation-states may aim to disrupt infrastructure as part of geopolitical tensions. There have been instances where malware attacks on critical infrastructure have been attributed to nation-states. These attacks can be politically motivated, intended to exert pressure or achieve geopolitical goals. With that being said, preventing and mitigating the impact of malware on critical infrastructure is quite a challenge. It requires a combination of technology, policy, and attention, with certain cybersecurity measures being the first line of defense. For example, regular updates and patch management are quite necessary to fix known vulnerabilities that malware can exploit. Organizations should also conduct vulnerability testing and risk assessments to identify weaknesses in their systems and processes. Also, these organizations should establish incident response plans to quickly address malware attacks. These plans should include steps for isolating infected systems, restoring services, and working together with law enforcement agencies. An efficient incident response can minimize the downtime and damage caused by malware. Other than that, policy and regulation play a significant role in cybersecurity. Governments should enact and enforce legislation that promotes cybersecurity best practices in critical infrastructure. This includes setting standards for secure system design, incident reporting, and data protection. And that's basically it for everything related to malware and its effect on critical infrastructure. As you can see, the impact of malware is quite serious and would lead to terrible consequences. So if you want to protect yourself from malware and other cyber threats, I'll leave some in-depth reviews on antiviruses that I personally recommend in the description down below, along with some discounts. So make sure to check that out. And if you like the content, make sure to like the video and subscribe to see more of it. And if you have any questions or suggestions, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments, as I love to interact with you guys. And that will be all for today, and I'll see you in the next one.